Like and subscribe real quick if you're a true MLB fan, because what we've got for you today might just shake the baseball world to its core. The Los Angeles Dodgers, fresh off winning back-to-back championships, are reportedly preparing a jaw-dropping move that could see them trade away a current World Series champion for a big star. Yes, you heard that right, a blockbuster shakeup could be coming. And today we dig into who that star might be, why this move makes sense, and what it could mean for the Dodgers' dynasty push. Strap in, because this could change everything. Rumors are swirling that the Dodgers are seriously entertaining a move that would send out one of their rostered players, possibly even a recent World Series champion, in exchange for a high-impact name many believe could be the next cornerstone of the franchise. The offseason is heating up, free agency chatter is turning into real negotiations, and Los Angeles appears ready to swing big rather than stay complacent. The sense among insiders is that even with their loaded roster, the Dodgers see an opportunity, a chance to reinforce, retool, and go all in for a possible three-peat. CBS Sports +2. The Times of India +2. So who's this big star? Several names have surfaced, and the buzz around Paul Skeens is picking up steam. According to the latest reporting, Skeens, a rising ace with the Pittsburgh Pirates, has emerged as a potential target for LA's rotation overhaul. Skeens is under team control for several more seasons and remains one of the top young arms in baseball, the kind of pitcher you build around for years. The Times of India +1. The appeal is obvious. For relatively modest costs compared to aging superstars or massive free agent deals, the Dodgers could acquire a controllable, prime-age talent who doesn't just project, he already performs. If such a trade goes through, it could push their already stacked rotation to another level and add long-term stability to their pitching core. Considering how one dominant arm can change postseason math, this could be a masterstroke. The Times of India +1. But the rumors don't end there. Another name floating around is Cody Bellinger, a former MVP, ex-Dodger, and recent free agent who reportedly opted out of his last contract. Some analysts are now speculating that LA could reunite with Bellinger in a sensational comeback that would add punch to their batting order and defensive depth. The Times of India. A Bellinger return is the kind of headline-grabbing move that energizes fans and shifts clubhouse dynamics. A former World Series champion, two-time All-Star, and MVP-level talent, if Bellinger comes back to LA, that's more than a reunion. That's an aggressive statement that the Dodgers are still playing to win, not just to maintain. The Times of India +1. It's not just about big names, though. The Dodgers front office also seems willing to shuffle their deck cards behind the scenes, trading some prospects or lesser-used pieces to make room. According to recent reports, players like Dalton Rushing, once considered a top prospect, could be on the chopping block. The reasoning: with a starting catcher under contract and a crowded 40-man roster, Rushing's path to the majors is murky. That makes him a useful trade chip for a team with championship ambitions. +1. This kind of roster management suggests the Dodgers are thinking long-term, not just cycling through scrap-heap talent. They want quality. They want upside. And they're willing to give up young potential if it means getting top-tier talent now. Why does this seem like a bombshell? Because rarely does a two-time reigning champion show this much hunger for change. A lot of teams might rest on their laurels, trust their core, and ride momentum. But LA seems to believe that staying champions means evolving. It means reloading even when you've already won. That mindset alone changes the narrative. This isn't a defending champ playing it safe, it's a dynasty in motion. Now let's imagine the scenarios. Scenario A: Dodgers land Skeens. Suddenly their rotation becomes borderline unstoppable, a mix of youth and experience, a high-ceiling arm under team control, and a great balance of trade-offs. This could mean more innings from a fresh arm, better depth, and perhaps lower pressure on aging starters or bullpen overuse. In a postseason where every inning is precious, that's gold. Scenario B: Dodgers reel in Bellinger. Instant boost to lineup. Instant defense upgrade. A familiar face who's been there, done that. For fans, it's a dream return. For players, it's someone who knows the clubhouse, the culture, and what it takes to win rings. Scenario C. A hybrid. Some young talent moves out, like Rushing or others, but the net result is a roster reset toward high-ceiling players. The emphasis might shift to maximize now, while still keeping an eye on long-term value. Of course, this isn't all confirmed. These are rumors, early-stage buzz, speculation mixed with inside info. Nothing is signed, nothing is finalized. Trades need negotiation, matching contracts, and sometimes a dose of luck. The market could shift before ink dries. But for now, the chatter is loud. And in MLB, when chatter is loud and fans believe, momentum can build fast. And here's why the timing makes sense for the Dodgers. They just won the World Series again. They proved they can win. But repeating, especially three-peat, demands evolution, not just repetition. Other teams will adapt, adjust, try to dethrone them. So LA can't stay static. They need upgrades, they need depth, they need stars and sustainable youth. That's why now, during this off-season and trade window, is the perfect moment to shake things up while staying elite. It also sends a message: the Dodgers aren't just chasing trophies, they're building a legacy. They aren't messing around with good enough. They want dominance. They want control. They want to dictate the terms of success, not respond to it. Picture this: fans around the league watching trade alerts pop up, speculation threads lighting up social media, other teams scrambling to respond. The off-season is usually quiet, but this would be chaos in the best way possible. For Dodgers fans, it might mean sleepless nights, hype, and more hope than ever. For rivals, a warning. For baseball, a shake-up. Now, let's consider possible fallout. Trading away a current champion isn't risk-free. Chemistry matters. Clubhouse vibe matters. Giving up a solid, established or potential player for a big fish always comes with uncertainty. What if the star underperforms? What if injuries hit? What if the new faces don't gel? Those are real risks. But in championship mode, upside often outweighs risk. If the Dodgers pull this off, acquiring a star, retooling smartly, balancing youth and experience, they could not only defend their title, but redefine what a dynasty looks like in modern baseball. And that might be their goal. So what should you watch next? Keep an eye on credible insiders and trade market updates. Watch free agency developments. Monitor whether names like Skeens, Bellinger, or other big-time players actually surface in Dodgers trade talks. Pay attention to prospect trade rumors involving youth talent like Rushing. If LA starts making smaller deals, shifting minor leaguers, adjusting depth, that could be set up for a massive shakeup. When you see the dominoes start to fall, that's when you know this rumor might become real. Because when a team has won not once but twice and still chases three, you better believe they're thinking bigger. And from where we stand now, the Dodgers seem ready to go all in. If you're a Dodgers fan, get ready. If you're an MLB fan, buckle up. Because whatever happens next could change everything about the 2026 season. So smash that like button if you want more Dodgers news and instant updates on trades. Comment below who you think the big star will be. Skeens? Bellinger? Someone else entirely? And don't forget to subscribe for non-stop MLB drama, trades, rumors, and deep dives. Let's ride this together, because if things go south or skyrocket, we'll be breaking it all down as it happens. Peace.